Hey, welcome back to another episode of the She's Making an Impact podcast. Oh my goodness, it has been an insane month so far. We were in Israel for a few days, then we went on vacation with our family in Senegal, West Africa. I'm back in France for a few days, and then Saturday I'm heading out to San Diego for a conference that I get to present at, and I'm so excited about that. Oh man. But before we get into today's content, we're talking about how to get traffic to your blog. I want to make sure you know we have a challenge coming up, and I'm so excited about it. It is our Pin to Profit challenge. It starts March 18th, and we're going to be spending 5 days together doing all things Pinterest. So you're going to learn a lot about how to crush it on Pinterest, how to get free leads on Pinterest. Plus, we're going to have some awesome Q&A time every single day. So if you've had a question that you're like, I really want to ask Rachel about it, we'll have Q&A time during the challenge. So go to joinpinchallenge.com to save your spot. And let's dive into the good stuff. Welcome to the She's Making an Impact podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Ngom. I'm an entrepreneur, mom, adventure lover, and creator of Pin with Purpose, the Impact Blogging Academy, and Activate. I went from food stamps and negative $400 in my checking account to a multiple six-figure online business. This is your show to learn from me and other rockstar entrepreneurs how to monetize your passion and live out your purpose. If you're ready to increase your income while making a massive impact on the world, this is the show for you. I'm so pumped you're here. Let's get started. How to get traffic to your blog. I have some really good ideas for you. Take notes if you want, and I have some awesome episodes that have already been done that cover related topics. So if you're taking notes, you're going to want to write down episode 40 is all about how to never run out of content ideas. And 43 is why no one's reading your blog and what you can do about it. So in terms of getting traffic to your blog, the first thing you have to is create quality content. This should really go without saying. People won't come to your blog if you're putting out crappy content. You need to make sure that you create content that's relevant, that's helpful, and that's something that your audience would want to share. So that is like ultimate step one. You have to make sure that you are creating quality content. And if you, again, episode 40 is how to never run out of content ideas. So if you're like, I have no idea what to actually write about, go check out that episode, and that's going to help you. But that has to be like primary focus. You have to create quality content on a consistent basis. Idea number 2 is use SEO, which is short for search engine optimization. And the fancy definition is this is the practice of increasing the quantity and quality of traffic to your website through organic search engine results. So if you want to show up on platforms like Google or Pinterest or YouTube, you need to learn SEO and become an SEO master. And when you really learn this stuff, man, it gets fun because it works. It really works. So we dive into this like keywords and optimization in my mini course, Creating Killer Content. But just to get started, make sure to download the plugin Yoast for WordPress. I recommend you have your blog on WordPress. There's just so many different customization options and plugins that are going to be available for you there. If you don't have WordPress, then I don't know if Yoast will be available for you on like Squarespace or Wix or something like that. I would just look on those platforms to see if they have an SEO basically plugin that you could use or something like that. With Yoast, it's so easy to use, and basically the plugin is going to tell you if you're on the right track in terms of SEO optimization with every single blog post that you're doing. So you put in basically a focus keyword of what you're trying to rank for. And so I'll use the example. I want to rank for keywords on Pinterest, which we have. If you search keywords on Pinterest on Google, we show up at like the top 3 or top 2 or something like that, which is super cool. And it'll show you exactly what you need to change if you need to have it use that keyword more within that blog post, or if you need to make sure you use that keyword when you upload your images, like it'll show you all of that. So Yoast SEO is the name of the plugin for WordPress. Again, if you don't have WordPress, you'll have to find something else that does SEO. I'm sure there's something available for you for whatever platform that you're using. Idea number 3 is add value in Facebook communities. So this is really how I got started in the very beginning when I started this business. Getting initial traction is hard. It's really like you're climbing uphill and you're wondering, will this ever work? And it will. I'm telling you it will. Just be patient, be consistent, and start by joining relevant Facebook communities where your ideal client is hanging out, and just focus on adding value and being helpful. I didn't say spam the group and try to sell your stuff. Be a human and build genuine relationships with other people in the group. I joined several Facebook groups and just started by answering questions about Pinterest and sharing a few helpful tips on Pinterest. And some of the groups had freebie days where you can share one of your freebies. So I made sure to mark my calendar, and I actually put this in Trello, Trello. I used a Trello board to mark all this stuff to make sure I knew which group had their freebie post on which day, so I wasn't spending time every single week searching through all the different groups. So after doing this consistently for a few months, I became known as a Pinterest expert in several of the groups. People would tag me whenever someone had a Pinterest question, which is cool. And this is not easy to do. It's monotonous, it's time consuming, and it's exactly what Gary Vaynerchuk teaches in his book, Jab, 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 Right Hook, and Crushing It. Most people won't do this. Don't be like most people. Take the extra step. In the beginning, you can either invest time into your business or money into your business via Facebook ads or other things like that. In the beginning, I had to invest time because I didn't have the money to invest. So you got to pick one. And in the beginning, you're going to have to hustle a little bit until you really get some things up and running. Okay. Next idea for you is Instagram story takeovers. This is a fun way to get in front of other people's audiences. And, we had a bunch of Facebook Live video swaps, podcast swaps, Instagram story takeovers that happen within the Impact Blogging Academy. Within the Impact Blogging Academy, these girls, they are really taking advantage of that community and, using each other's audiences and doing swaps. It's so cool to see them collaborating like that. But, think about, do you have a friend or maybe someone who like someone's audiences that they would be your ideal client? Why don't you just ask them if, you can get a shout out or take over their Instagram story, depending on the relationship. So if it's a friend, they'll probably be like, sweet, like, let's just do a swap. But if it's like a stranger, you might have to pay $20, $50 to do this, depending on how big their audience is. But if you're able to get in front of 10,000 potential clients, wouldn't it be worth it? So what you could do is make out a list of potential influencers to reach out to and start messaging them and asking if they do Instagram shout outs, story takeovers, and what they charge. Again, this is monotonous and time consuming, and you're probably going to have to reach out to a lot of people to get a few people to say yes. But in the beginning, that's kind of what you have to do. Okay. Next idea to get more traffic is email your blog posts to your list. This is so easy. Every time you write a new blog post, just email a teaser to your list with the link to the rest of the article for them to read. And, if you're wondering, what do I email my list? This could be something to email your list, because they're probably not checking your blog every single week to see, did she update new content? I doubt it. So just email them. And that's an excuse for you to email them, get in front of them again, so you can build that know, like, and trust factor, add value to them, and get traffic to your blog. Next idea, Pinterest. Of course, I'm going to mention Pinterest as a way to help you get more traffic. Again, we're talking all about Pinterest in our Pin to Profit Challenge that starts on March 18th. Go to joinpinchallenge.com to register. So we're going to dive all into all that stuff. Pinterest is really amazing. It takes a little bit of time for it to really start to work and generate traffic, but when it does, OMG, your mind is going to be blown at what happens. My fitness blog, goodness, it generates. Now I actually looked at Google Analytics. I haven't touched that blog in over a year. And my traffic has actually doubled over this past year that I did nothing. And I have about 75,000 people visiting it every single month. I'm still building my email list with that business, still making sales from that business. And that's with Google and Pinterest. So SEO and Pinterest, which is mind blowing. Okay. The last thing, Rome wasn't built in a day. It's going to really feel like you're talking to yourself for a long time. And that's actually what one of my students within Activate man, she's like, Rachel, I started following you when you just started this business. And I saw that you were posting content and sharing it in your Facebook group and nobody was responding. It was like, you just kept showing up and you kept showing up and you kept showing up. And I see where you are now and I see that this works. And that's why I decided I wanted to work with you and join Activate. So let me tell you, you're going to start to question yourself if this is really worth it. And you're going to ask yourself, is anyone really listening? Does anyone really care what I have to say? It's normal. Stick with it. As long as you keep doing what I teach, this will happen. Make sure you just stay consistent on posting at least every week so you can start to develop that trust with your audience. They're counting on you to be a leader. You need to make sure that you are that leader and you show up consistently for them. Remember, your success is inevitable, so act like it. So there you go. You got 7 ways on how to get traffic to your blog. I would like to hear from you. Just, send me a DM on Instagram. Which tip will you implement first? Are you currently using any of these strategies? And after you sign up for the Pin to Profit Challenge, make sure you tag me and introduce yourself in our Facebook community because I can't wait to get to know you better and help you crush it in your business. That's it for now. I'll talk to you later.
Please go to iTunes and give my mommy a 5-star review. Thank you. Yes!